Hi, this is Guillaume from ViewComfy, and today I'm going to show you how to quickly build an upscaler app using ComfyUI and ViewComfy. In this example, I'm showing you how to do it with an upscaler, but you can do the same process with any ComfyUI workflow, so you have full control over the backend of your app. And these apps automatically come with user management and auto-scaling out of the box, so they're ready to be shared with a group of users. So this is what the app we're going to build today looks like. You've got two workflows behind it, the Flux upscaler and the SDXL upscaler. So my users will have the option to switch between the two. So this is what the workflow looks like. It's a pretty standard upscaler workflow, and it comes with an image compare node at the end. So first thing you need to do to get started is just download the workflow API file for this workflow. So you're just going to go here and download this file. Then you can go to ViewComfy and deploy this workflow. So just go on your project and click deploy workflow. So I'm just gonna drop the file I downloaded and pick the GPU you want to use. You can change that GPU model later, so no worries if you're not sure which one is best. And just give your app a name and then click deploy. So our system's gonna scan the workflow and install the custom nodes and the models for it. So this process might take a few minutes. I'm just going to jump to another page where I've deployed the workflow already. So first thing you need to do is open it in the ComfyUI interface to make sure everything is running properly. So let's do this now. Okay, and sometimes the workflow doesn't appear here automatically. If that happens, no worries, you can just drop the workflow file. So I'm just going to drop the file downloaded, my workflow API. And now this is important. Sometimes when you export the workflow API, some connections get lost, especially if you're using RG3 nodes. So just make sure everything is connected, so everything looks fine. Now click run, just to make sure everything got installed properly. If you're missing a custom node, you can just go here in the manager, custom node manager, and install it. The same thing you would do on your local computer. And if you're missing a model, you can go here and go app model, just put the download link from Hugging Face, Civet AI, or any custom bucket you might have, and the download path, and click save. So in this case, it ran fine. So everything has been installed properly. So one thing you need to do in this particular case is that you see here this image compare node, it's an RJ3 node, and I mentioned that sometimes they can cause issue. So you can recreate this behavior using the ViewComfy app directly. So I'm just gonna do it through the ViewComfy app instead of using this node. So I'm gonna delete that. And the way you would do it with the ViewComfy app is that you need to save the starting image. So I'm just gonna rename both of them. And output. And then another thing I want to do is, since I just want to expose the prompt and the image to the load image to my users, I'm just going to rename those two nodes so that they come out nicely in the UI. So it's going to be called image, and this one is going to be called prompt. Okay, cool. So now we're all set. Since we've made some change to the workflow API, I'm just going to re-export it. So now that we have our workflow, it's working and everything's been set up properly. Well, we can build the app. So let's go back to the dashboard and click ViewComfy app. So next thing to do is to open the editor to build the app. And I'm gonna take this new file I've made, save. So by default, this is what it's gonna look like. So we've got basically all the parameters from the workflow and nothing fancy. So let's make a few changes to make this look nicer. So first thing is we're gonna rename this. Then, very important, you need to connect this app to your deployment so that it has somewhere to run. So the way you would do that is just go back to your workflow and take the API endpoint and put it here, then save. And then in this case, I'm gonna enable the file name because it's gonna be useful for the image compare, and delete all the parameters that I want to expose. So that's everything except the image and the prompt. So let's go. Save. So now this is what this looks like. So it's already closer to what we want. One quick thing is that I want to add the SDXL workflow there. So I'm just going to add workflow, and I'm going to go get it here and save. So now we have the two workflows, and I'm going to skip a few steps just to make this SDXL workflow look nice. Okay, so now I have my two workflows and only the parameters I want to expose. Last thing I want to add is just those preview image. This is optional. So the way you do that is that you would just put the link to those images. So they need to be hosted somewhere. So I've got 3 images here. Let's do that quickly. And save. So perfect, this is what we want. The app is ready to be deployed. So let's go back in the editor, download the ViewComfy JSON, and go back to the dashboard. So if you go in the ViewComfy app section, now instead of opening the editor, we're just gonna put this ViewComfy JSON that we just downloaded. So this is here. This is our upscaler app. Deploy. So now if we open it, we should be able to run it right away. So let's just put a test image and generate. Great, so here are the results. I have the two file names here because I've enabled that option when I build the app to make it easier to compare. Now if I want to compare the two images, I'll just click here, compare, click the two, and there you go. So that I can see this image has clearly been upscaled, so great, that's what I wanted. And then I can download the results, which is this one, download. There you go, just like that. So the next thing you might want to do is, if you have some users and you want to share that with them, is you would go back here, and then you can just invite users by putting their email address. If you're a bigger company and you want to have just single sign-ons, that's also supported, just get in touch with us. And I will also link another video in the description for people that might want to do more advanced edits to the ViewComfy apps. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to get in touch, and hope you find this useful. Thank you.